are here at Alton Towers today doing Scarefest. Very excited. We're obviously going to start the day off with a few roller coasters. We're not in mazes till the evening. Obviously we've got things like Darkest Depths, Autumnville Mine Tours. We've got, what's it called, Toxic Junkyard is a new one for this year. Very exciting. So we're going to wait till after dark to do that. We've also got tickets for the dungeons because it was in a combo ticket with the Darkest Depths. So maybe we'll do the dungeons as well. We're going to kick off the day with a nice autumnal ride on Oblivion. You know how much I love X Sector in the autumn with all the fab trees. It's lovely, and it's always nice coming and seeing Tower Street all done up in its spooky best with all the pumpkins. I love the ride pumpkins, they're so fab. My favourite is Nemesis, the crab pumpkin is so fab. What one's your favourite? But yeah, we're gonna have a good spooky fun day. I need a wee. I'm also hungry, so I think we're gonna go on Oblivion and then have a little pit stop, get some food, and yeah, generally just enjoy our day, having a nice spooky time at Alton Towers Resort. Jack, don't be gay.
No.
Put your phone away.
No, I didn't say that.
It was something like that.
Don't spoil your day, be gay.
Be gay. Don't spoil your day, be gay. It was a lovely autumnal ride on Oblivion. It was really intense. Like, it just, I mean, it doesn't talk about, does it, Oblivion? You just go up and you go down and but it was just, yeah, it felt really intense. Loved it, obviously. I love, like, the area, and it's all full of the lovely autumnal trees, especially in this glorious weather. It said it was going to be pretty miserable today, so I'm quite glad that we've got the nice low in the sky October sun. But yeah, it's very nice to start the day. I'm a very traditional gal, I usually start with Oblivion. We are starving now, so we're going to go and get pizza pasta. Obviously it's not pizza pasta buffet at the moment, it's a little bit different because of COVID, but I feel like I haven't really quite filled my pizza pasta quota for this year, so I'm going to go and work on that. We're absolutely stuffed of pizza. It's different to the last time when I came in July. Now you have to sit down and like order through the app what you want, which was quite fab because I was kind of like, oh, I don't want to just have one pizza because that's less than what I would usually get on the pizza pasta buffet. But we ordered loads. I think I had like the cheesy pasta and like a pizza, and we had some garlic bread and stuff. So suitably full. So nothing to worry about if you go in there and think, oh, I'm not gonna have as much as I usually do because it's very, very filling. And obviously because it's all like made to order, it's really fresh, it's nice. Probably one of the better pizza pasta buffets I've had. But yeah, we're really full now, so we're going to go and have a little sit down ride on Jewel because 'tis the season. Not that I wouldn't not go on Jewel if I came outside of Halloween, but extra spooky, isn't it, when you go on it in Scarefest? But yeah, did you ever do?
Jewel Live.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you ever do it? Yeah, it was fab. Did anyone else do Jewel Live when they put actors in Jewel for Scarefest? It was fab, so spooky. I wish they could do that again. I don't know why they don't, to be honest.
I know.
They have their reasons, I'm sure. But yes, spooky, haunted house. I want to shoot some zombies. Yay! very spooky ride on Jewel, that was fun. Jake got loads, you got like 38,000.
Yeah, I don't know what, yeah. The person before
It's
was
just,
pretty shit.
it's just literally just pressing the button.
I know where all like the orange ones are now.
Yeah.
It's taken a while.
To memorise them. Like I think like I break down that ride by like sound effects. Like I know, are you scared of spiders?
It's the eyes on the Grim Reaper, isn't
yeah,
it?
Yeah. The eyes on the Grim Reaper is just such a way to get loads of eyes. And the thing that goes, I love him. Yes, very fun, very spooky. I'm going to walk over to the rapids now and have another sit down because I don't think the pizza's quite gone down yet. So yes, another gentle ride for us. Hopefully we don't get too wet.
I don't know, you know. I've been in there.
Yay! Vault sale for 2 centuries time. I'm gonna walk upstairs and not die. So spooky in here! Bloody love this attraction. It wouldn't be a trip to Alton Towers without a ride on Hex, so obviously we had to do it. So fab. It's obviously we're coming out a slightly different way this time of year because it's Scarefest, you come out a different way. I love going on it and seeing people who've never been on it for the first time. And at this time was actually really fab because it was full of kids. And there were loads of kids coming, like they're still talking about it now in front of us, going, did we actually go upside down? What just happened? Did we go upside down? And there was a little girl opposite us, wasn't there? And she was like, that little girl opposite us was like looking around, wasn't she? She was like, what's happening? What's going on? It's so fab. All right, no worries. They're going to the toilet. We're about 20 minutes away from our main slot, so yay! And the sun's setting. It's actually turned into a really nice day. You can kind of see. Yeah, it's very fab. It's a little bit cold, but feels very spooky, very much like Scarefest. Of the night. We're going to kick things off with Waterville Mine Tours. Obviously, Nemesis returning after many years at the park. It's back again. It's very scary, obviously, set inside the towers. Very claustrophobic and kind of graphic. Like, I really love the theming inside. It's really cool. I always say it reminds me of Jeepers Creepers with like the skin and stuff. It's really gross. I really enjoy it, and yeah, I'm excited to go in and see if it's as good as I remember it being. Obviously, interested as well to see what changes have been made for COVID. But yeah, we will see you on the other side. Just come out of the Altonville Mine Tours, first Scarefest Scare Maze of the year. That was really excellent. It was really fab. Obviously I was wondering how it was going to be given all the COVID stuff. It's a little bit more spread out, and it's actually felt a little bit lighter. Like I felt like we could see a bit more what was going on, so I could see each of the characters and their makeup and things, full of scares. It felt like there were tons of actors in there. Obviously they were probably choosing the space really well, and I quite like the fact that they can't touch you anymore, because it adds that extra element of like, oh god, like where can we go from here? The theming's still absolutely incredible, so it's kind of, yeah, there's nothing really that different about it in terms of COVID. It's still absolutely amazing. I do wonder if it will come back next year, just because Alton tend to let a few mazes run for a few years and then they tend to get rid of them so they don't kind of overstay their welcome. And obviously Mine Tours is one of the older mazes now, but yeah, still amazing, still packs a great punch and still a great part of the Scarefest lineup in my opinion. Really scary. Junkyard, that was fab, aesthetically amazing. Like there were bits when I was walking through it and I was like, this just looks beautiful. The kind of scares in there are kind of like what you'd expect from something called Freak Show. It's very chaotic, very like Harley Quinn and Joker in the comic books kind of vibe, really bright and colourful, but kind of like twisted sense of humour, kind of like there was my favourite set piece was like a guy who was inside a grabber machine with teddy bears and like the claw had like grabbed his head. Just really cool, interesting set pieces to walk through. Really like visually really colourful, chaotic, really fun. I really enjoyed it. Could have done with a few more actors at the start because I was kind of walking through going, oh, I don't really know what's going to happen here. But then once it got started, it didn't stop. It was relentless. It was great. And obviously, spoilers ahead, but chainsaw finale. You know, I love me a chainsaw, so always an added bonus for me. So yeah, really like that, really good new addition. Hope it comes back next year because that was really, really fun. Something a bit different as well, because obviously the other attractions are more based around the towers themselves and are a bit more spooky, ghostly. So I think Toxic Junkyard adds something a little bit different to the lineup. So that was really fun. Yeah, we're heading to the attic next. We did this one last year. Again, I don't know if there's been many changes for this year, but we shall see. We've just come out of the attic. That was so gorgeous. When I went through it last year, I think the timings were slightly off, so we missed a lot of the scares. So it was good this time to go through it and actually get all of those scares. Like the governess is terrifying, which was really intimidating, like very woman in black, and I love all that kind of old gothic, like kind of, it's very like Hammer horror, I think, like very, very inspired by that. Obviously the creepy like dolls in the attic and stuff is terrifying anyway. The demon ending with like, where you like kind of descend to hell and it gets hot as you go in the room. It's amazing. Like it's absolutely beautiful up there. Like there's no doubt about it. It's absolutely stunning. Yeah, I think it was more like, that one's more about the atmosphere and the general gloom as opposed to it being very scary to me. That's just personally what I find scary versus what other people find scary. If you find like little children, ghosts and like toys and stuff scary, the attic will definitely be for you for a scare, but it's probably my favourite looking maze of all the ones here at Towers. It's great. It's time for the last maze of the night now. It's Darkest Steps. It's in a completely different area. Like last year it was in Mutiny Bay in the kind of Welcome In courtyard. This year it's kind of where, I don't know if any old school people remember the kind of zombies walkthrough thing. It's basically where that was all those years ago. But they've basically upped and moved the entire thing and put it inside shipping containers, which is really cool. I'm really intrigued again to see what the changes are for this year. If it's the same, I literally have no idea, but I absolutely loved it last year. Like scenery and theming wise, it was brilliant. Like I love kind of, I know I said it in previous vlogs, but I love a kind of under the sea pirate mermaid kind of theme, so I think it's really underdone in general, so really excited to get back into Darkest Steps. And that's the last scare maze done for the night. Darkest Steps, little bit different this year. Obviously they've completely changed locations, so they've changed up the set a little bit, but still very similar to what it was last year. The only thing they seem to have changed is there's no longer a mermaid, which I'm a little bit sad about because I loved, that was one of my favourite scenes last year, meeting the mermaid. I thought that was great. But they do have terrifying Squid Man, like long squid arms and a horrible like tentacle face. Like he was fab, but that was a bit more of an intense finale, I thought. Yeah, it's great. I mean, the theming inside is absolutely stunning. One absolutely gorgeous, beautiful maze. Something I think worked really well at Scarefest this year is there's really like, obviously you have the 4 scare mazes and each one has its own distinct identity. None of them are similar. All of them do something very different. Obviously Darkest Steps is more aimed at families. I think it's age 10 plus to go in there. And then the attic is more gloomy and creepy. Freak Show is more chaotic and like high energy, and then Autumnville Mines was just terrifying and really kind of more graphic and gory. So I think they all complement each other really well. But yeah, just in the background looking at me doing my video. But yeah, I thought, I mean, like, it's been a brilliant Scarefest so far. But we're gonna go and see if we can go in the what's it called, the Twilight Walk thing, Whispering Souls. We're gonna go and see if we can do Whispering Souls now before getting a few last night rides on the roller coasters before we see our way out. But yeah, the mazes have been really fantastic, really high level, high energy, high theming, everything, and it's really good to see that actually COVID hasn't made that much of an impact on them being able to deliver a really excellent product. I think there's been kind of a little bit of kind of widening of walkways and things like that, and obviously the actors no longer touch you, but I don't think you really need those things to have an effective scare maze. So yeah, it's great. I don't think this is very spooky, but it's certainly very pretty. No. But I thought it was the Whispering Souls. Where are the souls? What are they whispering about?
There's a man on a boat down there, like,
oh, this is cool. Like, kind of creepy. Yeah, I wish it had like a Tower of Terror Haunted Mansion vibe soundtrack, because I think that would set it off.
You can hear the booth's low drumming day and night. You can hear the distant drumming as the clock goes tick-a-tick. And the chiming of the hours is the music.
Whispering Souls was fab. I would have preferred it if they had more kind of like spooky classical music they were playing it to, but it was still like very strange. Like the ambience down there's very like avant-garde. It's odd. It's nice. Again, it's just nice to have something different as Howls and new, which I very much appreciate. We're heading over to Wicker Man now to see if we can have a night ride and feed the flames. Obviously, it's always better at night, isn't it, when it's all lit up? So yeah, we'll see if we can get over there for one last ride. Really fab back row ride on the Wicker Man. Much better than the last time I rode it, much smoother, so that's nice. Annoying, I don't know why, the lights and the effects weren't on, which is a shame, because obviously when it's a night ride it's nice to have the fire and stuff, because it really adds to the effect of it. But it was certainly, yeah, very good ride. Glad we managed to sneak that in last minute. We're just heading over to Nemesis now. We don't know what time the queue lines close. We think we might be able to do it, and we've got to head this way anyway to get out of the park, so we shall see, fingers crossed. It's one of the things I love about Scarefest, walking around the park at night. It's so pretty. Obviously back there they've got all the green lights, and then as you walk towards Jewel it turns blue. So spooky. I love it. Here we go, the moment of truth. Is the queue line open? Is the queue line open? That looks promising. It's our first time in Forbidden Valley today to ride the Beast. The Beast, yay! It's open. Oh, I'm so glad we're able to sneak in one last night ride. We managed to end our day with one last ride. Night ride on Nemesis. Obviously night rides on Nemesis are absolutely iconic, amazing. I rode front, the guys rode the back. It felt really fast. Like obviously we had got a night ride on it when we came at Oktoberfest, but that felt a little bit more chill. Like that felt completely out of control. Like I was completely disoriented, even though obviously I know the layout of Nemesis like the back of my hand at this point, but I still was like, I have no idea where I am. It was fantastic, completely out of control. It's kind of funny, like the last invert I rode was Howls Ubercott for Trips Drill. So to go from that to Nemesis again, like much more old school, much more gritty, intense inverted roller coaster, and it kind of made me think like, oh, obviously Howls Ubercott has the lap bars, and I was wondering if we'll ever see something as intense as Nemesis, but with lap bars. Like I can't imagine that would be the case, because it would feel so out of control, but like I would absolutely love to see it. I think it would be insane. But yeah, I mean, nothing quite beats a night ride on Nemesis, does it? It's always a great day to end a day out on Towers. I was going to say, if you'd asked me this last week, this would be my last visit to Towers this week, but actually turns out they've extended the opening for one more weekend, so I think I'm probably going to come for the final weekend as well, which is fab. I mean, there are some upsides to COVID, like our parks having slightly longer seasons than usual, but yeah, it's been a really lovely day at Scarefest. I've really enjoyed myself. The haunts are all amazing. Absolutely, like I say earlier, they all each have their own unique thing and kind of set themselves apart from one another in their own unique way, which is really great to see. Really, really scary stuff, but like a mixture of different kinds of scares, which is what you want out of a scare event. And obviously the coasters as usual, fantastic. We managed to ride Oblivion, Wicker Man and Nemesis today, which is a pretty good turnout. Jack had a lovely day as well.
As always.
As always, as always. But yeah, if you've enjoyed watching this video, give it a like, subscribe if you like theme park content like this, vlogs from favourite theme parks, maybe some theme parks you haven't heard of as much as theme parks you're probably very familiar with, like Alton Towers Resort. Yeah, share the video if you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment if you came to Scarefest, what was your favourite horror maze? If you didn't come to Scarefest, what was the maze you'd most like the look of? And yeah, I will see you next time, guys. See you later. Bye.